Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play of Pokémon Sleep. This is my free-to-play account where I'm essentially trying to do all the best practices that I have come across throughout the year of playing every day on my primary account. So I'm just starting over on a secondary account to really explore what it is like if you start playing Pokémon Sleep today. Since I'm a day one player, long-term fan of this game, probably will play this for a good while longer. And so the experiment here is to just see what that experience is like, see if I can learn some new things about the game, and also to make a series to drop the nuggets along the way. So if you're a new player, you can tag along. If you're an experienced player, you can also tag along and see how funny it is to be back at the beginnings of the game. So, snoozing type, not really what I'm looking for, although this is the main session. I probably won't spend any biscuits in the main session, honestly. The overall target here at Cyan Beach are the slumbering naps, where I'm trying to find either Totodile or Igglybuff, potentially also Spheal, although I don't know. I mostly just need the Totodile. In the case that I do get snoozing, it would be interesting to catch Eevee, but this is the main session after a nap, so I don't really have any biscuits to spend. Even if they're hungry, I just have to pass big time. So, this Mr. Mime is a new sleep style, and then we also had a Growlithe, which is nice. I'm working my way towards the sleep style dex goal of having 110 sleep styles. I think I'm around 20 away or something like this, so maybe after next week I should have a good chunk of sleep styles covered. 3-star. Pretty up there even for a Growlithe, so it's not bad. Guess that was partially the, what would you say, the multiplier from the Good Sleep Day event. Alright, let's see if any of these are hungry. I don't think I'll catch any of them anyhow. Maybe I'll do an exception if any of them show up shiny at some point, but for the most part, I'm gonna be super stingy here on the free-to-play, because that's the only way you can actually get a decent collection and build a decent team and do decently well, despite the fact you play along just as is, so. The Clefairy is hungry. Clefairy, not a bad Pokemon. It is just way expensive. 7 points. It's too much. Alright. That was that for the main session. But wait, there's more. We have a nap session for today, which is the main content now for the free-to-play, because I can force slumbering quite easily. And I think this candy will be overwritten. For my friend list here on the free-to-play, the Jigglypuff candy for sure is the best candy to send for me, because I see like 80% of you guys are running Wigglytuff as your main healer. That's perfectly fine. So, getting close to rank 26. This is going fast. That was because of the Good Sleep Day event, of course, with that huge multiplier. So you can see I'm doing the overstacking on the Totodile line. Not the Igglybuff and not the Suicune. And we got an achievement. Is this another biscuit? Fairy type Pokemon. Energy Pillow. One thing I wanted to showcase was this one here. I think I talked about this a few days ago, but 10,000 berries is coming up way soon. So it's not too long until I have like well over 100,000 Dream Shards just easy sitting in the box. And I barely have any Pokemon to spend those Dream Shards on, so probably on this free-to-play account with my extremely narrow investing, I likely have way more Dream Shards than I'll ever need. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, let's pop into the bag before we go into the review here of the nap session. This Ralligator is just leveling up all day, every day. I'm going to get some inventory soon, which is going to be nice, even on a berry specialist, just because I can carry more stuff over to the next week. Suicune is getting very close to level 30. Actually, just gonna push it right over. I understand it's gonna be a little bit negative since I don't yet have the... Oh, it was not enough. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have the inventory until level 50, but I know that I'm aiming for level 50, so I might as well just power through, despite the fact that my average ingredient count will go up by 0.5 for this. It is the way it needs to be. And then, yeah, this Igglybuff I want to evolve into Jigglypuff, and then I'll actually plateau it as a Jigglypuff, main skill level 4. And then we'll see if it eventually gets to level 50 on its own, but I'm not going to put any more resources into it after it turns into the Jigglypuff, because essentially all the value in this one, I won't even be getting all that many berries either. Main value there is the energy proc, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks / 1 to 2 months, I'll have a decent healer. So at that point in time, it is time for a nap. So I also saw on the sleep dex goal that we have 10 more sleep styles left. So probably by the end of this week, I should unlock the next goal. I don't even think it does much for me. Ah, the slumbering session. That is nice. See if we got any good Pokemon in this video. 1.5x Drowsy from the 3rd day, the good sleep day. 6 million, and we got 5 Pokemon. 2 of them are 2-star. Not bad. It's a decent chance we have a Totodile or an Igglybuff here somewhere. We have 2 Igglybuff. That's huge. And a Spheal. And a Cleffa. Yo! If the Cleffa is hungry, I'll feed it. Otherwise, I'll pass. They talked a big game. It's got a leaf on its head. They talked a big game about the increased shiny rate. I have had nap sessions on all of these days. I haven't found a single shiny, so I have 2 sessions left. I have the main session, the free-to-play, and the main session on the primary into tomorrow. And aside from that, I haven't seen nothing, so... Okay, no hungry Pokemon. Alright, how do we go about this? I think the best case scenario, either way, is to spend the bonus biscuit. Because that's a guaranteed. And then if I do 1 point here, then I can guarantee the catch on this other Igglybuff. And the reason is, technically, it's only been fed 1 biscuit. So now it's caught, and that's that. Now the only problem is this other Igglybuff has now already had 1 biscuit fed to it, and it's at the start. So there's like very little chance that I'll get to catch this guy. But in the case that it is interested in more biscuits after the 3rd biscuit now coming up, it's all full after 1. Okay. And I'm actually curious to prime this Spheal. I talked a lot about wanting to hold those grade biscuits for legendary events. I probably won't do much of the legendary events in terms of grade biscuit spending. So for now, I'm actually going to splurge on these first key berry specialists if they just happen to be right there. Like this Spheal. Spheal is right there. It's 3 points left. I'm gonna go for it. All the Pokemon that I'm targeting too are 5 points. Totodile, Igglybuff, Spheal, Chikorita. So we have an Igglybuff. We have started on the Igglybuff right here. So if we find another Igglybuff in tomorrow's nap, for example, then we'll have another Igglybuff because I can guarantee the catch with a bonus and the Pokebiscuit. So Sudowoodo just standing there alone. Alright, Cleffa's not a bad Pokemon. I just don't have it on my priority list right now. I won't be able to catch enough to really get it up to friendship level 10 anyway, so that'll just have to be a little bit of a longer term hunt. And then again, for my friend list, the Igglybuff is the better candy, and I am going to send a picture of a leaf on its head because it's funny. Alright, we are not getting close to rank 26. That was just the Good Sleep Day event, interfering with our level ups. Okay, we should actually switch over. Hasty Nature, that is EXP gains up. I think energy recovery down. We have Wiggly. Okay, what are you up to, Igglybuff? Ingredient Finder S, Helping Speed S, Inventory. Oof, that is way late. Speed is nice. EXP gains, I don't care too much about that on a skill specialist. Yeah, I think this is pretty clear candy feed. And if anything, it will contribute to our pool of candies towards the Jigglypuff evolution. Because now you can see I'm only one candy away. Alright. Let's have a look at the star of the show. Spheal. Walrein, one of my favorite Pokemon. Pokemon Sleep. Calm Nature, probably not good. I don't remember this one. Not very finding, I think. Oh, well, it's level 9. We can't really know. Inventory Speed. More speed. But the speed of down nature. Big oofs. That was pretty close, man. But I am not going to settle on anything that's not very finding on one of the top Pokemon in the game. So yeah. See you later, Spheal. Okay, that was kind of fun. We found 2 of our targets. We primed the Igglybuff for capture next nap session. And overall, was a successful couple of sessions. Even got a lot of points here. We can save up for the upcoming October batch of Poke Biscuits. And then we can see if any of these are ready to be popped. In the case that there are some candies here. There are candies here. I can't get my Suicune to level 30 after all. So, let's have a look at the achievement. Is there a candy here too, or is it a pillow or something? There's a biscuit. Nice. Alright, I'm actually curious to poke into the bag. I think I saw we had around 100 biscuits still. Yeah, well, I caught a lot of our targets today, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, having 100 biscuits here and we're getting close to the next month as well. It's pretty good. Probably also due to the event. Like, we got a lot of resources from that, so we can have a look at this weekend right here. Oops, not what I intended to do, and I should probably just star this one in case I do that on this one and release it. Wait, it reached level 30 on its own because of the nap session, of course. Either way, right now, the Suicune is my main Pokemon that I'm dumping candies into anyway. Although I should probably do some lockstep investing here. I check the account here and the levels of these every day anyway. So it's not really a rush at all. Would be nice to get the Feraligatr closer to level 25, but it's gonna be there by the end of this week anyway. And so maybe at this point in time, I should just hold my handy candy. And actually, this Igglybuff now is already there for the Jigglypuff. Just need the hours, so maybe on Saturday we can see the Jigglypuff, and at that point in time I'm hoping that my team should at least be a little bit more energized than they are currently. It's a little bit of a problem, but not a huge problem. Like, overall I would say this team is pretty strong for where I'm at compared to the rank and everything, so not too upset about that. So with the cooking here on the free-to-play, I've been forced to do some juice because none of my Pokemon are really producing enough for the meals, and I desperately need to cook because when my Pokemon are this low on energy, they basically get healed from the dinners and the lunches and the breakfasts, and it's super funny. And this was the sketchy juice I was talking about the other day. All right. I think overall this team is coming nicely together. I do like the Feraligatr, the Totodile, and also the Croconaw with the Suicune and the upcoming Jigglypuff. And I think the overall theme team here is pretty good. My next objective is, of course, to find a solid, worthwhile investment in a berry finding Croconaw. So actually this Feraligatr here will be on the team for a long time, just because the sub-skills are actually not bad. And overall, I think even if I keep a solid Totodile with berry finding as the Totodile, overall it will yield more because of the Suicune skill, having 4 qualifying Pokemon here. So I'll just swap out the Totodile when it's time, or the Croconaw, depending on what I find. And then we'll keep the series here documented with all my changes and finds and all that stuff. So hope you enjoyed this episode. You can leave a like if you enjoyed these videos, and stay tuned for more videos just coming up.